What's up, my awesome YouTubers? Ryan1988 or Justin back here to do a video for you all. And today I'm here to review and talk about the movie John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars. Now, I'm also going to talk about the 4K release, give you my thoughts on this release that Scream Factory did, so stay tuned for that. But, you know, this is an unpopular opinion, but I love this movie. And I say unpopular because even a majority of John Carpenter fans either hate this movie or they put it on the bottom of the list. And I'm kind of midway into this movie now. Like, I love this. It's not in my top 10 favorite John Carpenter movies, but it's not the worst. And I find this movie just pure entertainment from beginning to end. This is John Carpenter's last theatrical movie that we got. His last movie, though, was in 2010 with The Ward, which is also a movie I appreciate, and I'll probably talk about that in the future. But I feel like this is the one that everybody really just hates on as far as Carpenter's movies go. Is it one of his most original films? No. Is it, again, top 5, top 10? No. Could it be top 15? Possibly for me. I can see, well, I do from time to time go back and watch this movie, and I have a blast with it. It's not a movie I hate. Again, it's a movie that I love, and I've always loved it. Do things age well in it? No. There's questionable CGI for sure. Um, but I just have a big appreciation for this movie, and it's not one that I hate, and I don't think it needs to be on his worst or at the bottom of his list. Again, I think movies like Escape from LA are worse than this. Unpopular opinion, Dark Star, his first movie, I really can't watch. I think that's the only Carpenter movie that I can't watch. I don't know. There's just something about it. I get pretty bored with that movie. You know, it's his first student movie, his first like independent movie, but there's just something about that I'm just not really into. And then, I look at Memoirs of an Invisible Man. While it's a good movie, it's definitely not one of my more memorable Carpenter movies. Like, even if you hate this movie, it's memorable because, one, you do have a villain that looks pretty great on the back there. And, it has a really cool setting. So, the movie is about a group of, like a crew, I think they're police officers, who are their assignment is to go to Mars, go to this station where a prisoner is being held, and they have to bring the prisoner back. The prisoner being Ice Cube, and the movie has a great cast. You have Natasha Hentridge, Pam Grier, Jason Statham, Claire Duvall, and they're sent to get Ice Cube's character. And when they get there, the whole town is gone. Like, no one is there. Everything is left there, but there's no one in sight. And then they realize that there is a group of people who are not who they're supposed to be. When I, say that, they're, in like a possessed state, or they are possessed, and they're killing off people. And this group of, crew members have to survive Ghost of Mars. So that's the basic plot of the movie. I'm just a big fan. I, again, have always enjoyed this movie ever since 2000 or 2001 when the movie came out. So I think we're either going on, it's 25th year coming up, or it's 26th year. So I think it's 2000. I could be wrong, but anyway, I just remember watching this on HBO for the first time, loving it, and I still love it today. And for me, it's not the, terrible Carpenter movie that a lot of people think it is. Again, it's on most people's bottom list or the worst of Carpenter movies. And for me, I have always put it like either one of my least favorites. And when I say that, it's not a terrible movie, obviously. I say I love the movie. Or it's in the top 15 range. You know, in my previous video, I talked about John Carpenter's vampires, and there was that 90s John Carpenter era where his movies were hit or miss. I certainly enjoyed a lot of them or loved them. And then you had this little gem from 2000 or 2001 that after this movie came out, I know Carpenter, I don't think Carpenter's a fan of this movie, but he didn't do anything else for 9 or 10 years until John Carpenter's The Ward. So, it's this like little lost gem. In my opinion, it's a little lost gem that I'm happy we now have on 4K and from Scream Factory. Again, right when I purchased John Carpenter's Vampires, I also got this. And it came with the alternate slipcover, which I also really like. There's the back with the villain. Again, he's one of the standouts of the movie. I think he's great. I also think the performances are a lot of fun, and the movie is just pure entertainment from beginning to end. Again, my minor issues are, is it an original story? Not so much. There are aspects of it that I think are original. I like the idea of the movie being on Mars, and you have these zombie-like villains there. So that's really cool. But as far as, Carpenter's catalog goes, like the movies that really stand out the most are the films from, his 80s decade. I think they are films that will be remembered the most, but you also have movies like In the Mouth of Madness from the 90s, which I love. Vampires, which I love. Underrated movie, Village of the Damned. I love that one. It's a remake of an original movie, but it's still a great, in my opinion, a great Carpenter movie. But it's again not overall the most original story. There's some original aspects there though. And again, some of the CGI definitely doesn't hold up, but it's entertaining. You have the original artwork there, which, pretty simple, but that was like that late 90s, early 2000s, like post artwork where they were putting the faces on the artwork, which, I'll always remember that because that's the horror movies I grew up with and I rented from Blockbuster or I bought on VHS or DVD. There's the back. This is more disappointing as far as bonus features go because you really only get one brand new bonus feature. Everything else is imported from the old DVD or the old Blu-ray. But you get a, scoring Ghost of Mars interview with film music historian Daniel Schrager. Hopefully I'm saying that right. But the 4K release is awesome. I was very impressed with it. I thought the 4K release looked great and very happy with that. So, would I recommend this? If you are a fan of the movie, yes. If you are, collecting all the Scream Factory releases, definitely. And, if you're collecting Carpenter on 4K, this is something to complete. If you're not a fan of this movie at all and you just don't want the movie, that's totally fine. But I would say, if I'm recommending this, yes, pick this up. It's worth getting. Maybe wait for a sale if you're not wanting, the alternate slipcovers or anything like that. You can wait for a sale, but it's definitely worth picking up and owning in your collection. So I have it over there with my other Scream Factory releases, and I'm going to pick up anything John Carpenter on 4K. For me, it is definitely something of mine that I'm going to collect all his movies on 4K, and so far I've been really impressed with not only what Scream Factory has done, with the John Carpenter 4K releases, but also just in general with the movies that we have on 4K from John Carpenter. So, Ghost of Mars, I love it. Underrated gem. I might make that the title of this video, but I wanted to talk about the 4K release. Again, not the most outstanding release overall, but I did say that the transfer is great, and I do recommend that, buying it for that. It's buying it for that alone, the transfer. So, and I love the movie. So anyway, Ghost of Mars. I feel like I'm rambling now, so I definitely recommend picking it up if you're a fan of the movie, or again, if you're collecting Carpenter on 4K, or if you're collecting all of these Scream Factory 4K releases. So Ghost of Mars, there you are. I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody. Stay tuned for many more videos to come. I have plenty of stuff that I want to do. Again, I want to talk about movies that I love, first-time watches, and then also incorporate, these releases that we have, which as far as Scream Factory goes, I am very impressed with what they've done with their overall 4K releases and their releases in general. I'm a big Scream Factory fan, so I'll always love them. I'll be honest though, if there's one that's terrible, I'll let you know, but it's very rare that I come across a Scream Factory release that I think is terrible. So anyway, hope you're all doing well. As always, y'all are awesome, you all rock. And with the positive out with the negative, go eat some Skittles. And remember to always be yourself, because you are amazing and you are beautiful. And I'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.